All right, Juniper here with a quick producer pop-in. Welcome to the Custard Campus podcast and part 2 of the Power of a Reset series. Travis is taking what we started in part 1 and turning it into action. Clear moves, real examples, and the kind of simple adjustments that actually change results. Let's jump in.
All right, let's get practical. You're convinced a reset meeting is a good idea. Thank you. Now, how do we make it great? The best reset meetings have a few key ingredients: the right tone, a clear structure, engaging content, and genuine two-way communication. Let's break it down step by step with some cheat codes from those top companies sprinkled in. All right, number 1, approach the meeting as an opportunity, not an obligation. This isn't a dreary review of rules. It's an exciting relaunch. Come with energy and optimism. As the manager, your attitude sets the atmosphere. Imagine you're a coach giving a halftime talk with the team tied and the championship on the line. You want everyone pumped to win, not scared to lose. Open the meeting on a warm human note. For example, thank the team for last year's efforts and acknowledge any wins or progress from the previous year. Recognition is a powerful motivator. Even a simple, "I'm proud of what we've accomplished in the holiday season," or calling out a couple of specific team achievements can build positive momentum. Remember, thank you and that means a lot are 2 of the most important things you can say to an employee. And this is according to Ritz-Carlton's culture experts. Next, cast a vision for the year. We've talked about this a couple times. Remember, people crave meaning in their work. So before diving into numbers and tasks, paint a picture of what success looks like by year end. For instance, this year, our goal is not just to increase sales by 10%. It's to become the friendliest frozen custard shop in the state, a place where every customer leaves with a smile and a story to tell. We're calling it the year of legendary service. That's awesome. I love that. Give your goals some life by linking them to a higher purpose or theme. At Andy's, we might tie it into our mission of creating wow moments for customers. Also, storytelling can help here. Share a short, inspiring story of a customer or crew member from history that exemplified the best of what your team can do. Maybe how a crew member handled a hectic Friday night rush with grace and even turned a frustrated customer into a fan. Use that to say, this is what we want more of in the new year. The tone should be inclusive. Make it clear that this is our plan, not just management's plan. Use we language. Together, we're going to achieve. Invite participation early by asking questions like, what are you most excited about as we start this next plan? Give people a moment to share a word or two if they're comfortable. Setting a positive, collaborative tone from the get-go signals that this meeting is a conversation, not a lecture. Now here's your cheat code. Tone. Keep the vibe upbeat and hopeful. Even if the last year had its challenges, frame this meeting as a fresh start. Smile, use uplifting language, and show enthusiasm for the vision. Energy is contagious. If you bring it, they'll catch it. As Starbucks' Howard Schultz demonstrated, a leader's passion can reignite an entire organization's spirit. Your crew will take cues from you. Now, you've got everybody leaning in, right? It's time to lay out the goals and expectations. This is the core business part of the reset meeting. But we're going to make it engaging. Here's how. All right, present your goals clearly. Based on our past podcast of goal setting, you and your team has come up with 1 to 3 big goals. Maybe it's sales targets, speed of service improvements, customer satisfaction scores, or cost control metrics, whatever it is. Don't just rattle off the numbers, though. Explain what they mean. For example, our goal, improve our loyalty rate from 25% to 40%. Give it to them simple. That means, hey, we're going to have higher check averages because of this goal. Essentially, 4 out of 10 customers should leave with more loyalty points after their visit. That means a lot. By translating abstract goals into plain language and tangible outcomes, you help the team see why and what. You might even use a simple visual like a poster or slide. Write 40% customers win in big letters. And it's going to tell them, like, this is awesome. Our customers are winning because they're receiving points, right, based on their repeat visits, and it's allowing them to win. But it's also allowing us to win. Visual aids can help memory and provide emphasis. Connect goals to daily actions. This part is critical. Bridge the gap between lofty targets and frontline reality. For each goal, discuss a few key behaviors or changes needed to achieve it. For instance, to hit our speed of service goal, say drive-through times under 1 minute, we're going to implement a new way of looking at how we serve the drive-through. It means when you see a long line, you're proactively jumping in and helping. We're going to train on specific techniques, but mentally, let's all commit to being speedy and friendly, because remember, no trade-offs on quality or courtesy. Ensure everyone understands how each position fulfills the contribution and contributes to the goal. This creates a line of sight from the big goal down to each crew member's daily work. A Gallup study reminds us that clarity of expectations is the foundation of engagement. Yet barely half of workers feel like they have that clarity. Use this meeting to beat that statistic. Spell out expectations in concrete terms. It might help to distribute a one-page handout. That way they have something to refer back to. Make it interactive. Here's where you got to bring some fun into it. That is one of our values. To keep everyone from zoning out during the goal review, involve them. One idea, turn it into like a Q&A game. For each goal, after explaining it, ask the team a question to spark thinking, like, hey, what do you think is our biggest obstacle in reaching this goal? Or has anyone here experienced when we were at our best with speed of service? Hey, what did that look like? What did it feel like? When people voice concerns or share examples, it makes the discussion real. A short brainstorming on solutions could follow. List a couple of ideas from the team on how to overcome obstacles. For example, if someone says, our biggest obstacle to speed is when we run low on mix at peak times. Well, what you want to do is say, man, that is great insight. Let's jot this down. Let's talk team. What can we do better? Well, we can ensure that we are ready to kick on that second barrel on a quicker notice from now on. Here is a solution we can implement now. That's awesome. And this inclusion creates buy-in. People support what they can help create, as the old saying goes. Also, encourage questions at this stage. You might say, hey, I want to pause and hear your thoughts. Does anyone have any questions about these goals? Do they all make sense? Any concerns you see? Then truly listen. If someone asks, is that 1 minute drive time really achievable? What if we don't have the people? Don't dismiss it. Acknowledge the challenge and reinforce support. You're going to be like, man, great question. It's ambitious, no doubt. It's on us as leaders to back you up and find a way to turn it around and make it happen. We need to find a way to keep us staffed. We'll also do refreshers on keys to a better drive time, helping us all achieve and be more productive. We can do this together. When you address doubts openly in front of everyone, you build trust. Google's leaders did this every week in front of thousands of employees, talking through tough questions transparently. That level of honesty is a cheat code for trust. While our meetings are much smaller, the principle is the same. No question is a bad question. All right, cheat code, clarity. Be absolutely clear about what success looks like. Avoid corporate speak. Use plain motivational language instead of improve operational excellence. Say, serve each other accurately with a smile in under 1 minute. Nice. Clarity drives engagement. When people know what the target they're aiming for, they will try to achieve it. Clarity is worth its weight in vanilla extract. All right, number 3. Now that the goals are out there, shift into coaching mode. This is where you share best practices or frameworks that will help the team succeed. Essentially, give them the cheat codes to win the game. High-performing organizations often use simple frameworks to focus their teams. Here's some you could introduce. How about the 3 habits framework? Borrowing a concept from Starbucks, used to transform meetings, frame success around a few key habits. For example, name wins, credit sources, end with next steps. Translated to our teams, right? Every shift, let's name wins, recognize something that went well, credit each other for good work, and end with next steps. This habit framework promotes positivity and accountability. Introduce it as something to try in maybe go meetings. How about the idea of wow customer service moments? Inspired by Ritz-Carlton's wow stories. Encourage your team to create at least one wow moment each week. Then share it. You can say, hey, like Ritz-Carlton, employees share their wow moments on Mondays and Fridays. We're going to start our Monday meetings with a quick story from one of you about a time you wowed a customer. This keeps us all thinking about going above and beyond. Then this idea turns the abstract great service goal into real actions and peer recognition. It's motivating to hear colleagues' success stories, and it challenges everyone to make their own. How about a team sign-off or pledge? This is my favorite one. I've used it quite a bit. To cement buy-in, consider creating a simple team pledge or ritual sign-off. For instance, create a short credo that encapsulates your vision and goals, maybe a few sentences or bullet points, and have each team member literally sign it. Or go around and each verbally say, I'm in. I commit to this. It might sound corny, I get it, but symbolic acts carry weight. High-performing sports teams often do a chant or put their hands together in a huddle, whatever that might look like. It builds unity. Find a version that fits your style. It could be a fun moment. Something I've done. We've had 3 big goals on a poster. We all signed our names around it as a symbol of commitment. This kind of ritual gives everyone a sense of ownership over the plan. Even new hires throughout the year during orientation were provided the why around these 3 big goals and then asked to commit and sign that poster. Last, visualizing the goal. Humans are visual creatures. Encourage the team to create a vision board for the store. Something we talked about in a prior podcast. You can go listen to that for more details. But throw it up in a corner or a break area. Put the board where you can track progress. I used a thermometer chart for tracking my goals. And then we'd fill it in as we've got updates. And it really did work. In this reset meeting, you could even have a quick activity, break the team into a couple of small groups. Each group could have some markers and paper and then sketch like their idea of the vision, a poster, what the store will look like when you reach the goals. One group might draw a trophy and happy customers symbolizing hitting number 1 in the market. Another might draw a clock with fast times on it. Then have them share their posters. This might sound playful, but it helps people mentally picture success. Olympic athletes do visualization exercises for a reason. It works. All right. Cheat code, engagement. Keep the meeting engaging by mixing it up. Don't just talk at them for an hour straight. Use a mix of storytelling, questions, small group chats, and even lighthearted activities. Adults learn best by doing and discussing, not just listening. Your crew will remember the meeting where they did something, wrote on a poster, shared an idea, signed a pledge, far more than one where they only listened. Plus, engaging them in the process is in itself a buy-in technique. It shows that their input matters.
Juniper here with a quick producer wrap. That's the end of part 2. If this one sparked a few ideas, you're going to love part 3. It's the final part of the Power of a Reset series. Travis ties everything together with the final steps. Thanks for listening. And when you're ready, go hit part 3.